Hi, Dianne your storyteller for today. What will you do if a giant enemy told you to fight against him? So today's story is about David, a young boy who believes in God, and, and Goliath who only believes himself. Saul had been king, but he kept disobeying God, so God asked Samuel to find a new king. Go to Bethlehem, and there is a man named Jesse with 8 sons. One of them will be the next king, God said to Samuel. When Samuel first met the sons, he automatically thought that the oldest son, named Eliab, would be the king that God had chosen. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at the way he looks or how big he is. Eliab is not the one I have chosen. The way he looks doesn't matter to me. I look at the heart." Jesse brought more of his sons to meet Samuel, but none of them God had chosen either. Samuel asked Jesse, "Have I met all your sons?" Jesse replied, "I have one son left named David. He's the youngest and he's out looking after the sheep. I'll bring him here to meet me." As soon as Samuel saw him, the Lord spoke to him and said, "He is the one." So Samuel anointed him with oil, which was a special way of promising him that he would be the next king. And from that day on, the power of the Lord was with David. The Israelites weren't getting along with people named Philistines. The problem with the Philistines was that they had many giants living in their lands. Goliath was covered with armor to protect him and carried a big spear. Every morning and every evening for 40 days, he shouted to the Israelites in his big deep voice, "Hey you guys, I dare you to find one man to fight me. If you can beat me, we will become your servants, but if I win, you will become all our servants." When Saul and all his men heard this, they were very afraid. 3 of these men were David's 3 oldest brothers. They were the only ones in David's family that could go fight because they were old enough. Now, David's father Jesse heard about the giant and was worried for his sons. He called David out of the fields and asked him to take some food to his brothers and report back how they are doing. So David set off to visit his brothers. As he approached them, he heard Goliath shouting his challenge like he did every morning. "Isn't someone going to stand up to this man?" David asked the men in the army. "Then I will fight this giant Philistine." One of the men overheard this and ran to Saul and told him what David said. Saul approached David and said, "You can fight Goliath? You're only a boy. He has been fighting for many years." But David said to Saul, "I have had to fight lions and bears to protect my father's sheep. God helped keep me safe then, and he will keep me safe until now." So Saul dressed David in heavy armor to protect him from Goliath, but David took it off. Instead, David went to a stream nearby and found 5 smooth stones. Put them in a pouch around his waist, and with his sling he went to Goliath. As David approached to Goliath, Goliath looked at David and thought it was a joke. Goliath thought that he could easily beat David, and it was funny that Saul would send a small boy to fight him. But David said to him without fear, "You fight with a sword? I come with God on my side, and today everybody will know that there is one true God in this land." Goliath didn't care what David said, and he moved closer to attack him. David ran quickly to meet him. Reaching into his pouch, he pulled out a stone, put into his slingshot, and shot it at Goliath. The stone had hit him right between his eyes, and suddenly, Goliath started to lose his balance. He fell with a loud thud right on his face. David had done it. He beat the giant Philistine. When the rest of the Philistines saw this, they ran away, and David became a hero to all the people in Israel. Moral of the story: even we're not that big enough, we can defeat all our enemies. What we should do is to pray and believe in God's power. Like David, we should always put our trust and our faith to our own one and only God. Do not look at the way he looks or how big he is. As long as God is with us, we can win all the battles. That's the story of young boy David who defeated giant Goliath of Philistines. Hoping you enjoy and learn the moral lesson of the story. Thank you.